Hi, Frankie. How are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up?
What's up, Frankie? I was just talking to Jimmy, and I'm like, fucking not poor Frankie because he handled business the other night, but I'm like, your fight kind of almost got overlooked with all the. I mean, there was like how many 3 championship fights? Conor would happen with Eddie, and that was big news. And here's Frankie taking on Jeremy Stevens, who's a fucking stud, and it was a good fucking fight
were
too.
great,
It was a
Frankie.
great fight. Congrats, Frankie.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I knew that was could have been the case. Did my best to make it exciting and leave it all in there. But quite like that's tough to do.
It was exciting, man. It was. I mean, we were going nuts in the back. I mean, Jimmy, we were all in the same. It was a cool locker room, man. Because
Yeah.
it was us with Chris, myself with Chris and Longo, and then we had Mark Henry with my buddy Ricardo Almeida with Frankie and with Eddie in the locker room, and then we had our buddy Rafael Natal, which is Sapo. Henzo was there, so it's all of our crew was in this locker room, man, And now for nothing, Frankie's the only guy to come out with the W, man, which was kind of bittersweet, no, Frankie? Because here
Yeah, it always is.
you got your guys
I'm
falling
unfortunate.
around you, man, and everybody's falling. They're coming up short. And then, when you win a fight, it's like such a happy feeling. And how did you feel? Like, not with everybody losing, but like especially with the Eddie situation. Was it just a...
Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, Mark is he's like a big brother to me, and I want to see him win just as much as he wants to see me win. And when he's in the corner of these other guys, and also, I become friends with these guys. I become friends with Chris. Me and Eddie grew, came up together. Even Caitlin, I see, we're all trained together. See him sweating there. You want to see him do well. So it definitely sucks, but I mean, I definitely enjoyed my victory as much as I could. But it would have been a lot sweeter if all the guys were able to come through.
Yeah, I was gonna actually call you or text you the next day because I remember leaving. I was like, I was bummed out. Usually, like if one of my guys like loses, and I told Jimmy this too, I usually just leave. I don't watch the rest of the fucking fights. But Dana hooked me and Jimmy up with such great tickets, man. I almost felt
You couldn't
that would
leave.
be disrespectful. Yeah, and then I still have to watch the fights for the show and everything. So I took a fight off the. I went up and I watched Joanna's fight, and one of my buddies. Abe had a skybox, and I did some Patron, and I came back a little better and watched the rest of the fights with Jimmy. But I wanted to, in the locker room that night, I wanted to. I don't know. I don't know if I left without saying goodbye to you. I know I said hello to your wife, and I just wanted to say, man, fucking good job, Frankie. I know I said
Thank
it
you,
already.
brother.
But
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you're at the top of the division. What do you think of what's been going on now, where everybody's kind of waiting? I asked Cub the same question. Everybody's just kind of waiting to see what happens. Is Aldo going to fight again, or will he eventually give in and fight somebody else, or is he going to be stubborn and hold out for a rematch with Conor?
And it's like a reality show. There's so much going on, so much drama involved, and you just don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not worried about it, man. I was chasing the belt I feel like I've been chasing the belt forever. Ever since I lost, I've been chasing it. And I haven't been fighting as frequently because of it. I feel like, I'm waiting for the right matchup or the right timing. And I'm just about fighting right now. I just want to keep winning. I don't care really who I fight. I'd like to fight in Brooklyn and New York again. It's nice not to have to travel. But, yeah, I just want to get back in there.
And not for nothing, speaking about not traveling, you had one of the biggest, the crowd loved you at MSG, man. Everybody loves Frankie, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Everybody
you got
loves
one of
Frankie.
the biggest ovations was for you.
That had to feel
No,
great.
it's nice to have some pop in the crowd and get some love. It definitely feels nice.
I felt bad for Eddie too, man. He's such a nice guy, and to get booed an hour from home, it's like they boo guys like him. They boo Cormier. It's like what the? I don't understand what the fans are fucking booing sometimes.
Yeah, I don't get it either, man. Eddie's, he just hasn't been a UFC guy for so long, so people really don't know him. But, he's been a stud forever. He's been fighting all around the world. He deserved everything he gets, and, it's a shame that, some of these fans don't back him up. It's funny, is these Irish people, they're not Irish, man. They're Americans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they ride with their Irish heritage, which I get, too, And Conor's an attractive dude. He says a lot of funny shit, so I get it.
You did say too you might be willing to drop down to bantamweight to compete. It can if this kind of gridlock continues in the featherweight. What about Garbrandt Cruz? Would you be willing to drop down to fight one of them, or are you happy with the weight you're at?
I think I'm good right now. I wouldn't, if someone offers me a title shot, it'd be tough to pass up. But I'm not really pursuing it. I guess I'm not really asking for it. But if they came to me and said, "Hey, do you want to fight for the title at 35?" I would strongly consider it.
And I don't want to. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Frankie.
No, cutting weight sucks.
Yeah.
I don't have to. I wouldn't, but for a title, that's a little more enticing.
I was gonna say now I don't want to keep dwelling on this because I know it's depressing, especially for you because he's a teammate and a friend. I mean, myself along with a lot of other people, I picked Eddie to beat Conor, and I thought it would. And from what his game plan he said afterwards was to sum it up, basically, circle away from the power side and mainly wrestle. I thought he would have a lot of success, and I picked him to win, and I thought he would be fighting similar to the way he fought Pettis. He's chalking it up where he's saying that he did not follow the game plan he basically blew it. Do you think it's something that Conor's doing in there that's just shutting guys down and not letting them pull that trigger, or is it what Eddie's saying? What do you feel about that?
No, I think it's a little bit of both. I think when you're doing something you're not really ready for, it makes you abandon your game plan a little bit. Because you're expecting to do one thing, you're expecting something to work, and say it's not working. I think Conor just keeps his range so well. He starts playing with that front hand, gets you almost like lullaby, gets you sleeping, and bang, the left hand comes over top. And you just can't stay in front of him. I feel like Eddie stayed in front too much. And let's be honest, Conor must hit hard. He zinged him with that first left hand, dropped him real quick. I don't think Eddie ever was 100% himself after that.
Yeah, and it's always those shots you don't see coming, and he's very
exactly.
He's quick and accurate.
They're not super hard, They're not super hard. He must hit hard, but they don't look like he's loading up. They're just bang. They're on point, precise. You don't see it coming. You're not ready for it.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that if you were to fight him, that would be a tough fight. They said the same thing about Eddie Alvarez, but a lot of people have said you would be a very tough matchup for him.
Even tougher than Jose Aldo, I believe. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I think so. I think I match up well with him. I think with the right game plan. I do. I've seen what Chad Mendes did to him. I feel like I could do that for the whole time, not just round and a half.
It's funny. Like, you don't seem like a guy, and I'm not just saying this because I know you, but you don't seem like a guy who is rattled as easily. And we just talked to Cub Swanson about that. It does matter sometimes because this young guy called him out, and that made him want to fight him. Is it hard to get under your skin with pre-fight shit and pre-fight talk, which would happen in that situation?
Yeah, I don't think so, but it's easy to say when it's Conor's not standing across the table from me at a press conference talking a bunch of shit. That might get under my skin a little bit, but I'd like to think I would handle it the smartest way. I thought Eddie handled all that stuff that way, but it might have just the buildup of it all. I think kind of maybe just the magnitude of the fight and all the hype around. I think might have got to Eddie when he stepped in there on fight night.
Yeah,
the whole lead up, I thought he did great. With Conor and exchanging insults and whatnot, and he didn't take it too personal. I thought he did a good job with that.
Man, he looked so good. I really, even in the locker room, everything. I was there. I'm like, he looks like he's in the zone. It's just, and I don't want to downplay Conor either because Conor is he's making it happen. But I do respect Eddie. I do respect Eddie so much, and I've seen the wars, and he's not. And again, he doesn't get rattled normally, and. That's why it was a little. I was definitely shocked, but a lot of respect.
I was too, man. Even when he got dropped the first time, I was like, it's all right. Eddie gets dropped every fight.
Yeah.
And it seems like his chin gets better as he goes. I'm like, McGregor's not going to be hitting as hard as he goes too. So I was hoping, even with the early knockdown, I still had some faith. But you got to give it to Conor.
It's true, man.
He his shots great. He's so precise with his striking.
And I watched the fight again, and Eddie, what he said is true though. He was circling the wrong way and trying to enter with his hands, and it was odd, I guess. And I think he said that too. He can't really explain why he made some choices in there like that.
Yeah. No, I just wonder if. This is the most hype of a fight he's ever been in, and like I said, I thought he dealt with it leading up to it good. But hey, fight night might have just been like. Just too much.
You never seem to panic because we've all seen you have tough early rounds, which as a fan it's really hard to watch because you're like, oh fuck, but then you were almost. It seems almost impossible to put you away early in a fight, even if it looks bad for you. And you spent the most time in the octagon of anyone in UFC history. This is Chris, our producer, gave us this 6 hours, 17 minutes, and 49 seconds in the fucking octagon. That's incomprehensible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing either. You know what I mean? But that's a lot of miles on the body. But yeah, it's too bad we don't get paid by the hour.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's a lot of miles on the body, but I think it also there's probably nothing you have not seen in there. There's no amount of pressure you haven't seen. There's no situation you haven't seen. There's no I'm in deep shit moment you haven't seen. You seem to have experienced everything you can experience in there.
Yeah, you know, I mean, definitely, experience is something you can't buy, you can't train. It just has to come. And you know, no one can say they have more experience than me.
That's
I've been
true.
in there more than anybody.
And what's on the horizon for you, man? Do you have any fights coming up or anything being discussed?
No, not really. I guess I'm just hoping to get on that Brooklyn card. Definitely reaching out for that. You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
How's your dad's leg doing? I saw him in the. He had his knee banged up or something. Is he all right?
Yeah. He had to get he had a knee replacement a couple years back, and I guess his patella tendon got messed up, so he had to go back in. But you know, he's in rehab. He's getting better.
All right. I always like seeing his old man. His whole family's nice,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
He is a good family.
I only know Frankie.
Yeah, well, they're all good people.
The Edgars have not invited me for Thanksgiving. I'm a little hurt.
Yeah. Every time I see Frankie, we always talk about doing a barbecue or something. Bring my
I know, we
family
got
over
you,
there.
man. We got
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna do it sooner or later and get
Definitely.
Big Dog and his family too, and we're gonna make a
Yeah,
party.
absolutely.
Longo's not getting the invite though. No, I'm only kidding. I just like to attack that guy out of nowhere. Fucking
no reason
Longo. That's what he's there for.
All right, Frankie. Well, look, man, congratulations. We were really, really happy for you.
Yeah,
And,
Frankie.
You were great, man. You really
Yeah, thank you guys.
beat a
Thanks
very
so
tough
much,
guy.
man.
And have a great
A lot of
holiday.
fun. Let's go. Hopefully you do it again in Brooklyn, man. It's the fights were great in the city. I thought the city was buzzing.
Yeah, man.
It lived up to the hype. The entire
sure
card
did.
lived,
It
even
sure
with a
did.
couple of fights not there, with Cowboys fight gone and Rashad's fight, it still lived up to the hype.
Well, I'll
It
tell
did.
you what.
It was, you know, when you're in it, it's kind of tough to say, but you take a step back, like, damn, that was a great card. Every fight, you know, front to back.
And before you go, just curiosity, what do you think of the Yair Rodriguez BJ Penn fight that's just been announced?
Man, I don't know. That's tough, you know. That kid Yar is definitely an up and coming dude. He's super athletic. You know, BJ hasn't fought in 3 years. I don't know. I'm just I don't think it's my opinion to matter if he should stay fighting or not. It's all up to him. So all the best to BJ. You know, I just hope he takes it seriously.
Yeah. Because Rodriguez is a very, very good fighter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. I just offered nothing, by the way. Why would I say that? Everyone knows that.
He's he's a young up and coming kid. He's
and he's super athletic, man. Does a lot of orthodox things.
exactly his fight with Bruce Leroy. That was a 5-round fucking. I mean, damn, dude, I got tired just watching that fucking thing. It's like, right?
Yeah.
They were all over the
it's
fucking
like,
place,
it's
man.
like the new school.
Right, exactly.
Crazy,
Versus the fucking definitely the old school. But BJ is a warrior, and
He is.
hopefully you were
Takes
just his
shots.
kryptonite, and hopefully he'll do better.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. You always want to see BJ do well. He's a legend.
Yeah, man. All right, Frankie, man. Say hello to the family, dude. Great talking to you, bro.
You do the same. You do the same.
Have a
always.
great turkey day.
All right, fellas. Have a good one.
All right,
Take
Frankie.
care,
Take care,
man.
buddy.
Bye-bye.